With so many of today's moves going from forwards to backwards, we needed a way to get from a back surf back to a front surf, but with some pop, some verticality, and some style. That's the aerial backstab. Pop your boat right off of a back surf, through the air, and land back into a front surf, ready to go for another move.
Although the aerial backstab and the air blunt are identical moves, just one's forwards and one's backwards, there are a few differences that make it both easier and harder. The harder part, of course, is you're backwards, and anytime you're backwards, you've got less experience being backwards than forwards in most cases, so you're probably not going to be as comfortable in the back surf, and you also can't see where you're going as well. There's a couple tricks to eliminate both of those feelings from trying backstabs and aerial. The first trick is on the setup. Instead of trying to set up in a back surf, go ahead and get to the top of the wave in a front surf. Get all the way to the top of the wave, and as soon as you're on top, do a quick 180 spin. Now you're backwards, and you're in perfect position to backstab. All you have to do now is feel yourself falling in, drop an edge, your stern reels up, switch edges, do a stern initiation stroke, and wham, you did an aerial backstab. Simple as that. All right, now let's go into a couple details that are going to help you get over the hump so you can get them for yourself. The first detail people have a hard time learning is the proper bounce. It's really tempting to keep your weight forward when you turn backwards and you're dropping in because you're afraid your stern's going to catch. If you're busy worrying about whether you're going to catch your stern when you get backwards, you're going to have a hard time backstabbing. The key is you got to get backwards and forget about your stern catching. And as you start dropping in the wave, go ahead and drop the edge that you want to drop first, leaning back slightly, then lean forward and push down on your feet. What does that do? That reels the stern up in the air. At that point, you're ready to flip the other edge, throw in your stern initiation stroke, and wham, you've done your 180 in the air and you're in a front surf. Some common mistakes are, number one, worrying about your stern, so you're leaning forward when you're dropping in. That prevents you from having anywhere to throw your body in order to reel the stern up. Essentially, you don't get a bounce. You don't get a bounce, you don't get an aerial backstab. You're stuck on the water. If you try a bunch of backstabs and you find you're having a hard time getting vertical, that's what you're doing wrong. So how do you fix it? You're on top of the wave, turn sideways, lean back on your stern and let the stern drop in steep. That's going to fix it. As soon as you do that, you're going to feel the stern drop down, you're going to feel yourself falling into the wave. When you drop your edge, you're going to naturally lean forward, put weight on your feet, and then you'll be able to get aerial. Another common mistake is when you go to throw your aerial backstab, you're actually leaning back. When you go to do your stroke, you need to be leaning forward. By leaning forward, you're pulling the bow up and making the thing flip through quick. The last mental challenge you'll have to get over with the aerial backstab is willingness to commit a lot of edge, meaning going vertical. My recommendation is once you can get the bounce, go ahead and try to go past vertical. By trying to go past vertical, although it's no harder, you're going to find that your bounce is going to go easier and you're going to be backstabbing a lot more often. You'll see a lot of people trying the aerial backstab and they're doing a lot of backwards aerial roundhouses. And the reason is fear of committing a lot of edge. And the reason people are afraid to commit the edge is they think they're going to go over vert and flush off the wave. The reality is they're going to go over vert, land on the wave just as easy, go bigger and better for sure.